A bishop stands inside his own sacred temple, holding the half-eaten body of a little girl, blood dripping from his mouth, smiling like he did something holy. The three warriors who risked everything to protect her are frozen in horror. And the giant monster beast that terrorized an entire village? It's here too, and it's crying. There's a man standing inside a blood cocoon. Around him, assassins are striking at full force, blades flashing, auras surging, everything they have, and nothing is reaching him. The cocoon pulses. The blood swirls faster. And somewhere behind the chaos, a woman watches with her arms crossed and a look on her face that says she already knew how this ends. Then the cocoon shatters, and what steps out is not the man who went in. This new figure radiates something dark. Not just power, but the aura of something born from the absolute bottom of the world and dragged itself back up through sheer will. Two assassins rush him immediately. He decapitates both of them before they even finish the motion. Just gone. Clean. Two heads, two very surprised expressions, zero survivors. The remaining assassins see this and make the extremely poor life decision to charge anyway. Our guy reaches into their chests and pops their hearts like grapes. The assassination squad commander, who presumably was supposed to be the threat here, launches his full power assault with aura amplification behind it. Our guy grins at him. Not a nervous grin, not a battle-ready grin. The kind of grin you give someone who just challenged you to an arm wrestle, and you are a professional arm wrestler. The commander loses his left arm in one hit. Now here is where it gets interesting, because the commander isn't done yet. He has a backup plan. He triggers a hidden sacrifice ritual, and his own subordinates kill themselves to funnel power into him. His severed arm regenerates. His aura explodes outward. And for exactly 1 second, you might think this changes things. Our guy reverts to his skeletal form. Now, this is a trick, because in skeletal form, he looks like he is weakening, like the transformation is collapsing, like maybe the evolution did not fully take. The commander thinks so too. He charges in with full, renewed confidence, every remaining bit of his power behind his final strike. And our guy effortlessly dodges every single one. In one fluid motion, mid-dodge, he shifts back into his demonic form and takes the commander's head off in a single decisive swing. The body drops. The expression on the commander's face stays frozen, pure disbelief, perfectly preserved for eternity. From the sidelines, the woman watching begins to applaud. Her name is Lady Wu, and she planned all of this. But to understand why any of this is happening, to understand who this skeletal, newly evolved, heart-popping nightmare of a protagonist actually is, we need to go back. Not far, just to where it started. Liu is a game developer. Specifically, he works at Destiny Corporation, the company that created a massive dark fantasy VR game called Moon Fantasy. He is not a hero. He is not special. He is a corporate developer who shows up, does his job, and quietly knows more about this game than literally anyone alive, because he helped build it. He knows where the Easter eggs are. He knows which NPCs have hidden price bumps. He knows the code running under everything. And then his older brother Han disappears. Han was beta testing Moon Fantasy. And one day, he just stopped logging out, stopped responding, stopped existing outside the game entirely. Liu does not panic. Liu does not cry in public. Liu gets himself deliberately fired from the company, convinces his younger brother Fei to strap on a VR headset and walk straight into the game he helped create. Before he left, he planted something, a secret cheat code buried so deep in the code that no one else would ever find it. Now here is where things go immediately, catastrophically wrong. Liu activates his cheat to claim a hidden scroll, one that should have transformed him into the rare and extraordinarily powerful Ashura class. What he gets instead is agonizing, shockingly realistic chest pain, a system that glitches so severely it looks like the game is trying to delete itself. And then, nothing. Darkness. And then he opens his eyes. He is a skeleton. Not a skeleton warrior. Not a skeleton mage. Just bones. A talking pile of bones lying in what the game's internal geography classifies as the realm of pure darkness, which is exactly what it sounds like, the single most dangerous zone in all of Moon Fantasy, birthplace of the highest level bosses in the entire game. Lu knows this because he designed this zone. He is absolutely certain the spawn location is wrong. Before he can even process this, a small creature with a glowing staff appears and addresses him as its servant. This is Ri, an epic-ranked undead summoner boss. In the game's ecosystem, Ri is genuinely dangerous. It has dark magic, a shackling spell, the ability to blast targets into nothing. And it just tried to claim Lu as a generic summon skeleton. Lu, who designed this game, who knows exactly what Ri is, respond by trying to have a polite conversation and then turning to walk away. Ri uses its dark chanting spell and shackles Lu to the ground. Then a colossal beast drops out of the sky and lands directly on top of Ri, shattering it completely. The chains break. Lu stares at the enormous creature, the kind of creature that makes you reconsider every life choice that led to this moment. And his AI companion chimes in helpfully to explain that yes, he is absolutely on the wrong map, and the nearest mission hub is exactly 100 kilometers away. They start walking. The path runs along a cliff with massive dragons circling overhead. Then it hits dangerous water with something very large and very hungry chasing Lu through it. Then another monster chases them out of the water. All while C is relaying cheerful messages from Faye, who is already level 5 and has found a green-grade staff and is absolutely convinced Lu must be swimming in loot. Lu is still level 1. They finally spot the mission hub, enormous, surrounded by a crowd. C calculates a 2-hour wait at the main gate. Lu immediately spots an unguarded side entrance and heads straight for it. 2 massive boar guards block the path, demand a reason for entry. Lu mumbles something vague about urgent business. One guard grins and waves him through. The moment Lu is inside, both guards erupt laughing. One says he has no idea what he just walked into. The tunnel opens into blinding light. A booming announcer voice fills the air. Lu has not walked into a back office. He has walked directly into the Stormcloud arena. The crowd roars. Officials scan his data. Level 1. The entire arena erupts in laughter. The host introduces Lu as potential cannon fodder, then pivots to hype the crowd up about whether this particular piece of cannon fodder might surprise them. The beloved commentator duo Quick Tongue Rabbit and Rampaging Turtle take their places. Level adjustment kicks in. Every participant is equalized to the minimum level, which is 10. The strongest players in the arena suddenly lose the abilities they spent months building. Every single one of them directs their rage at the one player responsible for triggering the cap, Lu. But the level adjustment also does something else. It makes Lu eligible to select a class. He picks Assassin. His brothers always told him it suited his playstyle perfectly. His stats sharpen. A dagger appears in his hand. And Lu, standing in a tournament he accidentally entered, surrounded by monsters that want to tear him apart, armed with a dagger and 0 arena experience, allows himself one quiet moment of relief. He can always surrender. But then the tournament director announces the guest instructors, 2 powerful figures who will observe the competition and potentially take on exceptional contestants as disciples. The first is Lord Zhang Huai, Blood Moon City's head of external warfare, the man responsible for producing 70% of the city's strongest warriors. The crowd goes wild. The second is Lady Wu, master of Eastern Moon Hall, a renowned beauty with strength so terrifying that even Zhang treads carefully around her. Lady Wu, the announcer says, has taken exactly one disciple in her entire career, a genius named Han, who achieved 10 consecutive Stormcloud arena victories before vanishing. Lu goes completely still. He stares at Lady Wu. Lady Wu notices the stare. Her first instinct is to destroy him where he stands. But with Zhang present, she restrains herself, and instead of crushing this strange skeleton, she begins watching him with genuine curiosity. The tournament begins. Bloodclaw from the Bloodline clan tears through his first opponent with a single strike, an epic Bloodline fighter whose base attributes already exceed what the level cap should allow. Bei, the zombie swordsman, wins with ease. Gear, the dual-wielding demon, scores a swift victory. And Lu somehow wins his early match so fast that the crowd missed it entirely. Nobody is laughing anymore. Then comes the quarterfinal, Lu versus Gear. Gear looks at Lu with absolute contempt, tells him to surrender, calls him a weakling. Lu says nothing. He just stands there. And when Gear launches Strike Slash, Lu steps aside. Gear launches it again, Lu steps aside again. Gear switches to Void Tearing Slash. Lu moves again. The crowd starts booing Gear. Here is what Lu figured out. Gear's maximum swing radius is under 2 meters. Stay at exactly that distance, and a hit chance drops to near zero. He calculated this before the match started. He has been baiting Gear into burning stamina and patience this whole time. Lu predicts the next move will be Flash Strike, a linear charge that locks the user briefly in place mid-execution. Gear, humiliated and furious, commits fully to Flash Strike. The moment Gear is locked in the animation, Lu strikes. Perfect timing. Critical hit. Gear drops. The cannon fodder just made the finals. The semi-final is Bloodclaw versus Bay, and most of the crowd considers this the real championship match. Bay comes out swinging with Flowing Water Slash, a combination technique 5 times faster than anything Gear attempted. Bloodclaw bites down on Bay's weapon with his bare teeth. Not blocks, bites. Snaps it useless. Then triggers Explosive Fury Claw and finishes Bay in one hit. Then stands over Bay's motionless body and keeps talking trash. Jang watches from above and begins mentally drafting a mentorship offer. Lu watches too, but not for the same reason. Because something is wrong. Normal weapons do not break under a bite at level 10. Even with a strong character, the math does not work. Lu's developer instincts kick in. Bloodclaw's base attributes are operating well beyond what the level adjustment should allow. His bloodline is so powerful it's punching through the cap entirely. This is not a fair fight, and Lu is about to step into it. The final begins. Bloodclaw wastes no time, tells Lu he plans to devour him as a victory feast. Lu stares at him like he's already a memory. Then Lu leaps forward. Bloodclaw expects this. He barely lifts one hand to stop it. Lu vanishes. He reappears directly behind Bloodclaw, backstab triggered perfectly. Bloodclaw barely dodges the counter-strike and launches a long-range attack. Lu dodges that too. Bloodclaw pauses, recalibrates, realizes he is not fighting a slow skeleton who got lucky in the early rounds. He is fighting an assassin who deliberately faked being slow to bait him into underestimating the gap. Then Bloodclaw notices something. He has already been hit. Somewhere in the opening exchange, a strike landed that he did not even register. He activates Blood War. 20% power boost, 20% crit boost, 15 seconds. The arena shakes with the surge. Bloodclaw launches a full barrage, and Lu blocks and keeps blocking, and the cracks start forming. His guard crumbles. The punishment is real. Bloodclaw moves in for the kill. The crowd is absolutely silent. Then something strange happens. Right as Bloodclaw's big finisher charges, Lu stops fighting back. He takes the hit. His arm snaps. His leg gives out. He drops. Jang immediately decides to offer Bloodclaw his mentorship on the spot. Lady Wu, who had begun watching Lu with genuine interest, feels something cold settle in her chest. Was she wrong about him? Bloodclaw begins savoring the moment. He walks toward Lu slowly, debates out loud whether to snap his bones one by one or use his skull as a toy. Takes his time, grinds his foot into Lu's severed leg to humiliate him, and steps directly into the trap. Lu throws his dagger. Weak, slow, obvious. Bloodclaw deflects it with contempt. Lu throws the blade a second time and activates backstab simultaneously, teleports directly behind Bloodclaw, and lands the most devastating hit of the entire tournament. Bloodclaw drops. The entire arena is silent. Not the polite silence of a crowd waiting for the next thing. The stunned, can't process what just happened silence of 10,000 people watching the impossible. Then rampaging Turtle shoves Quick-Tongue Rabbit aside and starts explaining at full speed. The broken arm and shattered leg were self-inflicted. Lu used the skeleton resurrection ability to control his own severed bone remotely, setting it up as a delayed trigger. The whole collapse was a performance. Every second of apparent defeat was part of the plan. Turtle gives Lu a title on the spot. John Yua Moonslayer. Lu moves toward Bloodclaw to finish the match. Zhang steps in. He wants Bloodclaw as a student, wants the fight stopped. He hits Lu with a skill and sends him sliding back. Then Lady Wu appears. She fires Heavenly Piercing Finger directly at Zhang's shoulder. Not a warning shot. A single finger blast that punches a clean hole through him. Zhang stumbles. Lady Wu steps forward, picks Lu up, and announces to the entire arena that he belongs to her now. I bet you didn't see that coming. The aftermath moves fast. Lady Wu heals Lu. His patch bones come back harder than before. She threatens both commentators to announce the results immediately, or she will personally demonstrate her finger technique on both of them. Lu is declared Stormcloud Arena Champion. The system awards 5,000 XP. He jumps to level 15, gains Shadow Step, a 20% passive speed boost, and a weapon called Bloodstain Blade that converts 10% of all damage dealt into healing. Then Lady Wu announces the Stormcloud Catastrophe is starting immediately. The rabbit explains the system. The arena champion drops into the player world as a timed boss for 1 hour. They must hunt and kill players for experience and contribution points. Survive, reach the quota, come back stronger. The reward pool includes powerful skills, weapons, and stat boosts. And Lady Wu tells Lu very simply, if he cannot kill 1,000 players, do not come back. Meanwhile, Zhang is in full rage mode in the North Hall. He wants Lady Wu reported, wants her dragged before the city lord, wants revenge for the very public shoulder hole she gave him. His assistant listens patiently, then leans in and whispers something. Zhang's expression shifts from furious to calculating. Whatever the plan is, it's already in motion. A portal opens. Lu drops into the player world. The system immediately announces his arrival to every player in the area, marking him as a killable boss and urging them to hunt him. Lu lands next to a cluster of low-level newbie players, total newcomers, barely armed. His cheat item auto-equips a new assassin skill, Hunting Scourge Blade. 4 rapid slashes, damage scaling from 110 to 150%, and on each kill it chains an automatic 150% bonus slash to every enemy within 10 meters. Lu's strategy crystallizes instantly. Weaken multiple players. Trigger 1 kill. Let the chain do the rest. He carves through the first wave like paper. C confirms his location is broadcasting in real time. Every player in range knows exactly where he is. Dark energy pulses around him as the next wave arrives. He tears through them, perches in a tree to scan the area. A greedy solo player shows up to loot the corpses. Lu cuts his throat before he touches a single body. More greedy looters arrive for the same reason. He slashes through all of them. Kill count, 444. Then Lu sends Faye a message implying something good is waiting for him at his location. Faye sprints over, fully expecting a gift or useful item, and arrives to find hundreds of player corpses arranged around his brother like some kind of extremely efficient performance art piece. He freezes. He stares. He cannot find words for this. Elsewhere, in another part of the forest, a single player is finishing a solo fight against an epic boss. Lightning crackles as the boss drops. The player claims the reward. Heart of Resilience, an epic bracelet with a 20% chance to boost resistance during control attacks. Her name is Luna. She holds the Moonlight Knight class, a rare swordsman build that balances physical and magical damage with an enormous growth ceiling. She has a top 100 regional ranking and a title, Dazzling Nova. She fights alone, always. Lu is watching from a tree branch above her. He has never seen a player solo an epic boss before. He pulls her class data, studies it in real time. Luna senses the gaze, starts scanning the area. Before she can pinpoint him, a group of players moves in trying to swindle her bracelet. One of them even attempts to flirt his way into her contact information. Luna scars his face and leaves without explaining herself. Then she calls out directly to the watcher above. Lu drops down. Both of them realize immediately that fighting each other right now would be devastating and pointless. Then two separate groups emerge from the shadows. One wants Luna's blood for the face scarring. One wants Lu as their raid boss kill. Lu and Luna lock eyes, charge at each other, and at the last second veer apart, slipping past the groups that were never targeting them. The two mobs collide, neither willing to back down. Shoving escalates to full brawl. Friendly fire breaks out. Lu and Luna double back from opposite sides and start picking off survivors. The chaos accelerates. Players start attacking each other entirely. Lu triggers Hunting Scourge Blade. Kill count hits 999. Luna is still standing. They lunge at each other, and the system chimes. 1,000 kills. Mission complete. And yes, it gets worse. For Luna specifically, because in the real world, she logs out into a wheelchair by the ocean. She is ill. She lives in a cold, wealthy estate with a father who calls her into his office to warn her not to embarrass him in the final selection exam, then dismisses her without warmth while a shark quietly eats a smaller fish in the aquarium behind him. The parallel is not subtle. Lu steps back through the portal. The random achievement reward for 1,000 kills drops. Enchanted Divine Earrings. Race-switching ability transforms him into different races for different situational advantages. The system also awards 1,000 contribution points and enough XP to reach level 21. New skill, Rending Burst Blade. 180% damage. Ignores 20% defense. 20% bleed chance. The crowd calls him the rising star of Stormcloud. Lady Wu opens a portal, tells Lu to follow her. They step into Blood Moon City and into the evolutionary blood pool. The blood pool is nothing like anything Lu designed. He stares at it, this massive secret realm buried inside Blood Moon City, and feels genuinely disoriented. He helped build this game. He wrote sections of this world's code. This place should not exist. Lady Wu explains it simply. Just like gear has quality tiers, monsters have bloodlines. Lu's bloodline is currently the weakest possible. This pool is where that changes. She tells him to choose an area and begin. His evolution depends on his luck. Lu steps in. The blood energy begins absorbing. What happens next surprises even Lady Wu. He is absorbing at an exponential rate, faster than she has ever seen, and the look on her face shift from composed supervision to genuine shock. She watches this skeletal, barely evolved player drink in power like a drain unclogged after years of backup. Then the City Lord's Black Death Guard arrive. They carry a blood-summon decree. Lady Wu is ordered to the main city immediately. Failure to comply means execution. She has no choice but to go. Before she leaves, she tells Lu to watch out for occasional rock falls in the nearby mountains. Stay alert. Avoid being crushed. Lu notes this, files it away. The moment she is gone, the Shadow Squad commander signals his men. Lu is defenseless inside the evolution. Attack now. The squad moves in with practiced precision. They're slightly late. Lu's evolution completes faster than anyone anticipated. He wakes up mid-assault and sends attackers flying. Meanwhile, Lady Wu has stopped walking. She is sitting on a rock somewhere, completely ignoring the guards who are demanding to know why she is halted, watching the blood pool area below with calm satisfaction as the assassins swarm her protege. The fastest assassin slices through the blood cocoon, expects a corpse, finds Lu standing perfectly intact, radiating an aura so overwhelming that everyone around him freezes involuntarily. And this brings us back to where we started. The decapitations, the heart removal, the one-armed commander triggering a blood sacrifice to regenerate. Lu reverting to skeletal form as a feint, tricking the commander into thinking the evolution is failing, then ending it in a single decisive motion. The body, the frozen disbelief. Lady Wu applauds. Afterward, Lu asks if the assassins were connected to Zhang. She confirms it, including the guards who summoned her. She had already dealt with those guards herself before they got 10 steps away from the blood pool. Lu realizes she knew the entire plan from the start, that this was a second test. He has one request, one wish. He wants to know where Han is. Lady Wu sighs and delivers news that lands like a physical blow. Han, is already gone. Lu goes completely still, presses for details. Lady Wu reminds him this counts as a second question under their earlier agreement. But she looks at his face, the stillness, the held breath, the way his entire body has gone rigid, and she agrees to answer. She asks why he is so desperate to find her former disciple. Lu says, Han is his elder brother, and the memories surface. An orphanage. Lu and Fei, young, being bullied relentlessly. One day the bullies threatened to tear apart Fei's treasured toy. And then Han appeared from behind, calm, clean, decisive, and handled it. Lu asked who he was. Han smiled and said, no matter how bad things get, always smile. He made them a promise. He would protect them, no matter what happened. Lady Wu's expression shifts. She remembers Han asking her for leftover, discarded items. Not for himself, for his brothers. She tells Lu about infernal purgatory. After Han's 10th consecutive Stormcloud victory, defeating the legendary king of Knights Degadon, he entered the catastrophe event as normal. He never came back. Not after the standard 1-hour window. Not after 4 hours, when participants are always forced back by the system. Lady Wu used every resource she had to trace him. Eventually, she found his last known location, infernal purgatory. Lu asks why she hasn't retrieved him herself. She cannot. An unknown force blocks all access. No teleportation in, no intervention of any kind. Whatever is inside infernal purgatory does not want to be reached. Lu immediately asks C to pull information on the location. C begins accessing and immediately malfunctions. System error. Lu shifts to manual access using his developer knowledge, exploiting his embedded code privileges. He finds himself surrounded by floating source code. Opens the System tab. Types Infernal Purgatory. System errors flood the interface. Warning. Any further action constitutes illegal intrusion. Forced ejection will follow. Lu tells the system to open the source code anyway. The code begins rewriting itself in real time. Overwriting, deleting, rebuilding. Lu watches lines of his own carefully written game code unravel and reconstruct into something he does not recognize. He is forcibly ejected and lands back in front of Lady Wu. Something in this game is alive, and it does not want to be found. C tells Lu she knows a way to reach the player world, which is the closest path available to infernal purgatory. Lu starts moving. Lady Wu watches him, confused and intrigued. She holds her questions. Meanwhile, Fei is in the player world at level 23, just finished incinerating a swarm of moth creatures, and has a group of admiring female players gathered around him. He pivots the conversation toward an equipment merchant the girls mentioned, promises to treat them to gear afterward, and follows them deeper into the forest. More players emerge from all directions. Fei is surrounded. The girls attack him from behind. They were the trap. And when Fei hears Fei's attackers refer to the 3 beautiful girls as his brothers, he realizes with dawning horror that the 3 alluring figures are men in real life. This information alone fuels his fury more than the ambush does. He drops 2 with a punch. Hits the next wave with AoE fire. Gets overwhelmed by numbers. Takes damage. Runs out of mana. Blocks an arrow on pure reflex. They reveal their actual goal, the limited-time boss equipment Fei earned. Surrender it, or they will camp his corpse until every piece drops. Fei sighs. Begins a torrent of creative insults. The white-haired guild leader, enraged, lines up a fatal strike. A shadow appears behind him. 1 hit. The leader drops. Lu steps into the light. Fei lights up, confirms it is really Lu, now transformed into human form at level 23, and immediately launches into his elaborate crying routine, blaming the ladies who robbed him. The remaining femme boys turn to evaluate Lu for potential loot, then realize the rest of their group is already gone. Fei flashes behind them mockingly. Lu and Fei clean up without breaking stride and walk away like nothing happened. Later, Lu shares what he knows about infernal purgatory with Fei. Fei's response: no such place exists in the game. Lu's response: I know. And their current strength is nowhere near enough to reach it anyway. They decide to head to Ninja Town. Lu feels the town the moment they enter it. He designed parts of it. There's a recycling shop where the shopkeeper evaluates their equipment. 95,000 gold. Faye nearly loses consciousness with excitement. Lu casually compliments the shopkeeper's hair, an Easter egg he personally embedded in the game's code. The shopkeeper beams and bumps the price by 10%. Faye stares. Lu explains. Faye says if he were a girl, he would absolutely pursue him for this alone. They receive 100,000 gold, earn the 8 tons of wealth achievement. Faye immediately becomes a spectacle walking through town. The auction house has a 10,000 gold entry fee and a long line. A young player at the front cannot afford it. The crowd is mocking him. Lu and Faye pay for him and bring him inside. The guards see Faye's wealth title and open the gate with full ceremony. Inside, a grand hall of serious money. A VIP card arrives, black gold tier, 5% commission, queue bypass, loan eligibility. Faye immediately starts flirting with the assistant. Lu immediately smacks him on the head. The auction begins. A fire artifact. A maid costume that someone immediately puts on. Battle boots. An elf named Shurao, clearly a crypto-wealthy type, begins outbidding everything with cheerful aggression. Other players start leaving in frustration. Then comes the final item. Stardust, submitted by Lu and Faye. Light attribute attacks. Shurao bids 250,000 immediately, certain no one will counter. Faye raises it, bidding more. 500,000 from Faye. Shurao, on pure pride, bids 600,000. Faye prepares to counter. Lu stops him and forces the host to begin the count. At the last second, a voice from the back bids 1 million gold. Instantly secured. Silence falls. A mysterious girl has just outbid everyone in the room. After the auction, they head toward Bushcole Village. They are barely past the city gates when Lu senses someone following them. He calls out without turning around. A figure steps forward from the shadows, the girl who just dropped 1 million gold on the lightsaber. It is Luna. Faye immediately assumes robbery. Luna clarifies, she originally dropped that weapon during a fight against a powerful boss. She wants to know how Lu obtained it. Faye explains, Lu defeated the limited time boss. Luna's eyes go sharp. She wants a sparring match. Lu says no and keeps walking. Luna is determined. She wants to see what he can really do. The trio arrives at Bushcole Village, a location Lu described as a grim, monster-surrounded settlement built around a child carrying holy light in her body. Mission: clear the monsters and escort her safely to the Temple of Holy Light. What they find instead: a cheerful, bustling village with friendly beast folk, a chief who makes a Superman entrance to crowd applause, and beast girls who immediately grab Faye by both arms and guide him through with enormous enthusiasm. Faye is delighted. Lu is suspicious. Something has changed about the game world. The surface appearance has shifted, but the story structure underneath should still be intact. At the banquet, Lu asks an elderly villager about a specific purple medic flower. The elder stiffens and insists they eat first. Lu files this away as a warning sign. The beastmen eat like actual animals. Faye is thrilled. Lu spots the mission NPC, a small beast girl holding an apple. He puts a hand on her shoulder and asks if she wants to go to the Temple of Holy Light with them. The girl tears up. She asks if they are there to save her. Mission 2 triggers. Every pig villager at the table stops. Their eyes go flat. The friendly warmth drains out of their faces like water from a cracked bowl. They transform, grotesque, monstrous, and attack. Lu and Faye each drop 2 charging pigs in a single hit. The rest go berserk. A full brawl erupts. Then Lu and Faye win, and the pigs get up. They fully regenerate, completely, instantly. Faye asks what to do. Lu, the man who designed this game, has no answer. This is off script. Nothing in his code accounts for this. They run, hide inside a house. Faye is about to speak. A hand covers his mouth. Luna is there. She arrived earlier, sensed something wrong, has been investigating quietly ever since. They move upstairs. The little girl removes her pig mask. She is human. She explains, Bushcole Village was once peaceful. The pigs outside were monsters, yes, but they kept their distance as long as no one provoked them. Over time, they even began mimicking human behavior. Then a holy knight named Greg arrived and led the village in a sacred prayer. The girl felt pain during the prayer. Greg said she was the chosen one. Before she could share the news, the pigs attacked, captured every villager. Greg died protecting them. The girl escaped, made a pig mask, pretended to be one of them. She has been waiting ever since. Faye assures her they will handle everything. Then a massive hand smashes through the window, grabs the girl, and yanks her outside. The giant pig beast, a towering fusion creature built from smaller pig monsters, is holding her over its mouth. The trio charges immediately, unleashing every spell they have. The beast stops all 3 attacks with one arm, sends them flying onto a rooftop, then smashes the entire house. Lu tells Faye to distract the beast. Faye charges with Fiery Comet, hurling fireballs to keep it occupied. Lu dashes in, dodges a massive punch using backstab combined with hunting Deathblade, counters and slices off the beast's hand. He spots the girl inside the falling pieces. Before he can reach her, small pig monsters materialize behind him. Luna appears and clears them all instantly with Starlit Walt. The beast shakes its stump, girl and pieces drop. The beast lets out a deafening roar and summons hundreds of monsters from within itself. Lu realizes this beast is a fusion, is made of all the pigs. Defeating it the conventional way is not the objective. The mission is delivering the girl. They call for Faye to cover their escape. What follows is essentially a Mario Kart-level chase sequence through the countryside. Conceal pills that make monsters lose track of them for 5 seconds. Lu transforming into a pig and infiltrating the horde to ask directions. A decoy maneuver where Faye carries a fake version of the girl while Lu slips away to the clock tower. And Lu cutting through the tower guard to pull the real girl out just before the beast gets her. They escape the village, drink agility potions, sprint 50 kilometers toward the temple with the entire pig horde in pursuit, until they reach a beautiful lake with 30 minutes of breathing room. Faye and the girl splash in the water. Luna checks her stats. The girl takes Luna's hand and offers to help her through prayer. Light blooms. Luna sees a memory, her mother and father calling her name, laughing, asking her to hurry before they leave. A tear rolls down Luna's cheek. She smiles and says it was a happy memory. Faye wants to try. The girl prays. He sees lunch with his brothers, Lu and Han arguing over something trivial, all 3 of them laughing. He dives into the lake before she can see him cry. The girl approaches Lu sitting in a tree. She says he always seems to have something on his mind. She offers to help. Lu tells her he has nothing to recall. He says, constantly looking back only prevents moving forward. The girl tells him she lost her parents. The pig villagers raised her. She feels safe beside him. She prays for the kind people who raised her, and tears form quietly. Lu comforts her, tells her she has already done enough. She asks if she will ever become as strong as him. Lu recalls the exact moment Han appeared at the orphanage and beat back the bullies, and he tells her, yes. Without question, the rest period ends. They move, but the mission has just leveled up. The random achievement manual updates. Lu must now also defeat a king with the help of someone called the Crunch after delivering the girl. The beast has grown more powerful. The pig regeneration rate has accelerated. 20 kilometers from the temple, a pig catches up and swings at Faye. Lu leaps forward and takes the hit meant for his brother. They keep running. No stopping. No slowing down. The mountain crack is their only route. Narrow, eerie, a path that reeks of ambush. Lu senses it. Luna senses it. They push forward anyway, because the exit is ahead and the horde is behind. The path darkens. The beast is above them, blocking the exit. The horde seals the rear entrance. They are completely surrounded from both ends. The girl stands her ground and says the holy light will protect them. And ahead at the temple of holy light, the bishop is moving. The temple of holy light is beautiful. Tall, clean, radiating warmth. Holy knights gather inside before their bishop as he speaks about subduing darkness and restoring balance. A knight reports. The pigs are massing near the eastern valley. The bishop orders his forces to follow. Outside, he spots a small figure in a pig mask. He raises his hand to eliminate what he assumes is a dark creature. The figure removes the mask. It is the girl, Snack, explaining that Cole Village was attacked, that 3 adventurers risked their lives for her, that she needs help. The bishop's expression changes completely. He lifts her into his arms, full of warmth, and asks if she is ready to become part of the holy light and help eradicate darkness forever. The girl is confused. Something about his tone is wrong. Back in a mountain crack, the beast and the horde are closing in from both sides. The trio fights back with everything they have. Then Lu notices the pig numbers are decreasing. Both he and Luna catch it at the same time. The pigs are leaving. All of them. Running away. Lu senses something is wrong. Terribly wrong. They chase the horde back toward the temple. They reach the entrance. The ground trembles, and Bishop Hannibal is standing inside the temple holding the half-eaten body of Snack. Blood is on his robes. His expression is serene. Content. Righteous. He had asked her about joining the holy light. She said yes, she wanted to help people. And he bit her in half. Faye can't speak. Luna's hands are shaking. And Lu goes very still in a way that is infinitely more dangerous than rage. The giant pig beast arrives and swings at the bishop with earth-shaking force, sending knights flying. The bishop, now empowered by Snack's holy light, stands completely firm. He fires holy light beams and punches holes through the beast's massive body one by one. The creature collapses. The bishop steps onto it and begins preaching. He fails to notice Lu closing in. Lu uses his momentum to slash the bishop's back. The bishop stumbles. He turns and introduces himself pleasantly as Hannibal, says they are allies, that there has been a misunderstanding. Lu charges immediately with Burst Slash and sends him flying across the temple floor. The system issues a warning. Do not kill the bishop. He is the only one capable of defeating the Pig King. Lu ignores this with the energy of a man who has never read terms and conditions in his life. The bishop retaliates with Holy Light Sword, sends Lu crashing. Faye intervenes with a fiery explosion that inflicts serious damage. Lu and Luna combine power beams and hit simultaneously. The bishop drops. Lu turns toward the beast. The beast has tears in its eyes. It says one word, Snack. And here is when the story slows down, because what comes next is not a fight. It is a memory. As a piglet, wounded and alone, the beast was found by a small human girl. She wrapped its wounds. She told it she hoped one day it could become like a human. She promised to return the next day. She never came back. The pig did not know why. So, it started learning, observing the village, mimicking human behavior, building up, bit by bit, towards something it could not name but could feel was waiting. Then it overheard the Holy Knight and his men discussing Snack, discussing how the host of the Holy Light could be consumed to grant unimaginable power, how she needed to be captured and brought to the temple. The pig attacked the village to protect her. The zombie villagers Lu found in the cage, the pig locked them up because they were making noise that would lead the hunters straight to her. It was never trying to harm them. Faye and Luna process this in silence. Lu asks if the pig can recover now that the bishop is dead. The pig says, the healing should begin now. Its body continues burning. They turn around. The bishop is still alive. Bishop Hannibal channels the domain of the Holy Light. A barrier forms around him, closes completely before Lu's strike can land. Lu is pulled inside, and the world changes entirely. Inside the domain, Lu stands in an enormous throne room. Grand architecture everywhere. The bishop sits on a raised throne above him, surrounded by floating orbs, 999 of them, each one a weapon in the galaxy he commands. The bishop actually pauses the fight to explain himself. He talks about his own awakening. After becoming bishop, assigned to hand out missions, curious about the outside world, venturing out to discover how weak he actually was. He watched rats survive by devouring each other. He concluded that strength comes only from consuming others. That consuming Snack, the ultimate vessel of holy light, was simply the logical conclusion. He says he has saved many lives doing this. Lu calls him a mad pig. The bishop instantly enrages and charges. which is exactly what Lu was waiting for. Lu transforms into skeleton form, triggering a boss warning. He seizes the bishop's holy light-infused hand and rips it clean off with one devastating swing. The random achievement manual updates. Kill the bishop. Hannibal retaliates. Lu dodges and rises into the air. He channels Hunting Deathblade and begins striking the 999 orbs, one by one. Each hit adding to the combo. The momentum building, the chain redirecting itself toward the bishop with stacked force behind it. The attack tears through Hannibal with merciless precision. An explosion of light fills the entire domain. Outside, Faye is relieved when Lu steps through the barrier completely unharmed. Luna is in shock. He defeated a domain boss inside its own territory. The Pig King cradles Snack's body and walks silently back toward the village. No words, just grief. Mission failed, the system announces. 3 times. The system resets all random missions and begins reloading character data. Snack wakes up in her bed, unharmed. The reset revived her. She jumps up immediately, needs to return to the piglets she left in the forest. She bumps into the village chief. He introduces her to a holy knight standing beside him. Snack's body tenses. She turns and runs. Lu, hooded and masked, is walking beside the holy knight. In one swift, quiet motion, he draws his blade across the knight's throat. The village chief does not notice a thing. And in the forest, the piglet waits. Snack arrives. They are together again. On a cliff in the distance, the trio sits and watches. After everything, after the bishop, the beast, the reset, the quiet execution of the night, Lu looks at Luna and says goodbye. Fate immediately starts working the angle. He points out that their missions are becoming increasingly strange. NPCs deviating from their original behavior. Monster patterns changing. Plot lines shifting entirely. Luna has noticed this too. She has a word for it. Genesis. Whatever Genesis is, it appears to be behind all of it. If they work together, they have a better shot at understanding what is happening to the game. Lu agrees. The 3 formally introduce themselves as a team. But in the real world, Luna logs out to her cat waiting patiently, to a gentle maid, and to a father who sees her only as a reputation to manage. She sits in her wheelchair by massive aquariums, receiving quiet warnings about the final selection exam, being dismissed before she can say anything meaningful back. And in a hot pot restaurant somewhere, Lu and Faye sit over a steaming spread of food. Faye attacks the meal with full commitment. Lu watches the table next to them. 2 players debating whether moon fantasy missions are randomly generated or specifically tailored to each individual. Lu thinks about his own missions. The orcs that were supposed to be villains but weren't. The bishop who was supposed to be an ally but was a monster. The moment he himself became the boss. The cheat book he generated through a random mission has begun operating outside its original function. He does not know if this is because of how extensively he rewrote the source code, or if Genesis is involved, or if Infernal Purgatory is pulling everything out of alignment. He feels like he has lost control of his own game. Faye has ordered 5 bowls of egg fried rice and is working through them with focused joy. Lu drifts. A winter memory surfaces 18 degrees below zero, an orphanage, 2 overturned beds. Bullies had been through. Faye was crying. Han was furious, ready to escalate. Lu had already tried asking the director for extra sheets. They were only allowed 1 set. That night, all 3 of them huddled under a single blanket. Faye, exhausted and young, asked if it would always be this hard. Lu and Han stayed quiet. Faye said, "All I want is to eat 3 bowls of egg fried rice." Back in the present, Faye is on bowl 3. Lu watches him in silence. The notification drops. Iron Wall Kingdom Warriors event. Registration closing in 1 minute. It is a large-scale event with 10,000 participants, a princess to rescue from a dragon, and a 7-day badge competition. Lu discreetly pays a guard to get them inside. They make it with 9 seconds remaining. A massive wall descends from the sky and seals the entire castle perimeter. They are inside. Walter, Minister of Foreign Affairs, host of the event, explains the competition through a glitched digital screen. Collect badges from monsters, scattered locations, and other players. Top 100 Advance. Each player's badge count floats above their head in real time. 7 days. Beginning now. Luna immediately identifies this as a competition, not a quest. Before they have even taken 20 steps, a group approaches and proposes an alliance. 100 players, one dominant force. Lu rejects it without stopping. The group's leader watches them go and begins calculating how to eliminate them. Faye questions the decision. Lu explains. After defeating the bishop, he obtained the God Slayer's Guild badge. It grants attribute bonuses to every player who teams with him, scaling with group size. He's going to choose allies very carefully before activating that advantage. They begin hunting. Faye moves to handle a monster solo. Another player attacks at the same moment. Their combined strike takes it down. Both receive badges. Faye accuses her of stealing his kill. She goes for his badge. He retreats, calling for Lu. Lu appears with a knife at her throat. She calls for backup. Her sister arrives. And Mommy arrives like a one-woman environmental hazard, grabbing both Faye and Luna simultaneously, restraining them mid-charge, completely unimpressed by the situation. Luna activates Shining Star to disorient Mommy, loosens the grip, launches Crescent Moon as a follow-up. Mommy blocks, then offers to fight Lu instead. Lu accepts without a word. They step toward each other, and the forest lights up. Every exchange generates shockwaves. Lu is calm and precise, every movement efficient. Mommy is raw power channeled through clean, expert technique. They are evenly matched, and both groups watching know it immediately. Mid-fight, Mommy offers to be Lu's girlfriend. Her sister is deeply confused. Mommy explains that she has been dominating esports for 10 years, and her love life has the activity stats of a disconnected server. Her instincts have never failed her. Lu scores at minimum 80 points. She slams the ground, seismic wave, asks if he would like to start with a romance subplot. Lu declines instantly and cuts Faye's cage open while she is still asking. Faye teases Lu immediately, says he has never had a girlfriend, maybe he should consider it. Mommy's feelings intensify in real time. An arrow hits Mommy's arm. Hundreds of badge-heavy players close in. The group leader from the rejected alliance has returned with reinforcements. He orders the group to handle the others while he personally handles Mommy for her badge count. Everyone tenses. A red beam strikes the ground. A barrier forms. Walter's assistant appears on screen and announces new rules. Blue areas give blessings. Red areas cause chaotic space-time distortions. Random teleportation to unknown locations. Everyone realizes they are standing inside a red zone. Lu tells his team to keep collecting and regroup at the central area. The teleport activates. The group leader is not moved. He is left alone with Mommy. She beats him and everyone around him. Absolutely mercilessly. The leader begs, offers money. Mommy channels every Iron Fist technique she has and slams him into a tree. Collects his badges. Then drifts into a daydream about what to name her future children with Lu. Meanwhile, Faye and Chili sit by a fire. Their earlier hostility burned away. Chili blasted Faye first, which he absorbed, and then he offered a deal. Since Lu and Mommy clearly like each other, they should exchange information on their siblings. Chili stopped mid-charge. They are now laughing and planning like old friends. Luna is alone. Communication down. Map disabled. She thinks about her father's warnings, chooses to believe he cares in some private way, reflects on painful experiments from her past, and decides to push forward. A massive monster with 999 badges emerges silently from the shadows behind her. 2 hours earlier, Lu had already teleported, analyzed the terrain, assessed his group's safety, activated his stealth abilities, and began hunting systematically. He cleared weaker areas first. Strategy: stronger players carry more badges and more risk. Build the count before escalating. He worked like a ghost through the forest, taking groups before they knew he was there. He found Shirao, the crypto magnate elf from the auction, casually destroying monsters with his legendary gear while his girlfriend watched. Lu approached from behind. Shirao pushed the girlfriend directly in front of him. Lu killed her by accident. Shirao charged in fury. Lu vanished. Shirao's swing hit nothing. Lu was already above him, one slash across the entire body. A nearby adventurer who watched the movement challenged Lu immediately, thinking Lu had stolen his target. They clashed. Shock waves through the forest. The player launched Wolf Mist, a massive energy beam. The dust cleared. Lu was unscathed. Both felt the weight of the other. The player has 0 badges. 0 reward for defeating him. The player introduces himself as Fun. They charge each other with full commitment. Fun's style is feral energy, wild, relentless, honest. Lu blocks everything, but realizes fighting Fun is like fighting something that genuinely does not mind getting hurt. They send their spirit beasts at each other. Massive explosion. In the distance, a group notices. Lu identifies a weakness. Fun struggles with prolonged battles. He begins maneuvering accordingly. Fun launches again, and Lu senses something wrong. A power surge erupts from Fun that should not be there. He rams Lu through a cluster of trees. The truth, Bloodbath Serenade. Fun's passive ability. Every percent of health he loses grants 1% attack power. He has been deliberately taking hits this entire fight. He is feeding off the damage. He is currently significantly stronger than when they started. Lu begins evading, leads Fun toward a group of monkey monsters, triggers Haunting Deathblade, and chains through all of them, building a massive combo. Fun hesitates. His leader specifically warned him about this attack. Fun interrupts the combo with a targeted explosion. Lu channels a full energy surge and pushes Fun back. Fun is thrilled, genuinely grateful, says Lu has reignited something in him. An invisible arrow strikes Lu mid-motion from a hidden archer in a tree. Lu drops. Fun goes still. Despite having backup, the kill provides no badge benefit. The archer accuses Fun of deliberately prolonging the fight. Fun's expression darkens. The archer walks away. Fun stares at the water where Lu fell. He hopes to meet him again for a real fight. Lu floats in the water in skeleton form. A venomous fish bit him mid-fall, venom spreading through his system, consciousness beginning to dissolve. He shifted forms to avoid being eaten by predators. A whirlpool pulls him in. He wakes in a cave. The walls are riddled with unnaturally perfect holes. He takes a recovery potion, moves deeper, finds an area of enormous green eggs, finds Luna's sword. He slices the egg open, pulls Luna out, tries to wake her. The 999 badge monster charges from above. The force behind the creature's first charge nearly takes Lu off his feet. He barely blocks, feels every ounce of power behind it. The monster backs away and launches a relentless multi-hand barrage. Fast, coordinated, unrelenting. Lu calls for Luna to wake up while he dodges. Asks through gritted teeth how she even found this thing. The monster answers for her. They killed its children. Lu and Luna both flash forward. Luna targets an arm. Lu attacks a different angle at the same moment. Luna's starlight forces the creature into its tunnels. Lu realizes the holes in the cave walls are pre-built escape routes. The ground trembles. They leap clear as its tail erupts from below. They separate to create openings. The monster fixates on Luna. Lu counters from behind, slashes off its tail. The creature screams, strikes the ground. Both brace through the shockwave. They fight for 2 full hours. The monster is still standing. Then it devours one of its own eggs. Full health. Instantly, it unleashes Nightmare Cage Screech. Both freeze. Lu falls into an illusion. He is in a coffee shop talking to himself. His in-game character, sitting across from him, looking tired. His inner self tells him. The answers are within his heart. His character says he will not give up. Lady Wu gave him a lead on Infernal Purgatory. Han might still be reachable. Lu looks at his character and quietly dismantles him. He says, "You have lost sight of reality. You built this game. You're not supposed to be trapped inside it. Stop chasing the past. Honor what Han actually stood for. Instead of searching for him, build something. An orphanage. A place where children without families can find a home." His character grabs Lu's throat, furious, and accuses him of being a heart demon, a construct of a monster's nightmare magic. Lu shatters the illusion and snaps back to the cave. The monster is holding both of them, preparing to crush them. Lu slashes through both its hands instantly and breaks free. He shoves an illusion-breaking potion into Luna's hands. She wakes immediately, clear-eyed, sharp-ready. The monster asks whether it would have been better for them to die in the dream. Neither Lu nor Luna is afraid. They are angry, both charged from opposite sides. The monster tries to consume another egg to recover. Luna intercepts, severs its hand mid-reach. The monster panics, retreats into its tunnels. Lu is already there. He takes its head off in one decisive strike. The creature collapses. Lu's badge count increases by 999. He and Luna high-five. Then a voice from inside the dead monster's stomach says something threatening. A smaller but nearly identical creature bursts out of the corpse, demanding to know who killed its maternal being. It spots Lu and Luna, kicks Luna clear across the cave, fires a powerful green laser beam at Lu. The child monster is overconfident from birth. It mocks them, tells them to stop playing dead, gives them one last chance. Luna charges full speed. Lu flanks from the opposite side. The child catches Luna's attacks easily, mocking her, then spots Lu too late. As it tries to counter with the beam, Lu activates backstab and hits from behind. Wounded, the monster absorbs from a nearby egg and recovers instantly. As long as the eggs exist, this is impossible. The creature casts a duplication spell. 3 of it now. The copies are weaker, but the resistance is unchanged. One copy drags Luna underground. The other maintains relentless pressure on Lu. Underground, the copy hits Luna hard, sends her into a wall. She apologizes, weakly, for killing its mother before it was born. The copy laughs, then explains a fundamental truth about their species. They are born instinctively hostile toward the being that birthed them. Consuming the maternal body is how they grow stronger. It was going to do it anyway. It triggers the Nightmare Cage spell. Luna screams. Above ground, Lu is fighting through an endless swarm of minions that have emerged for the destroyed eggs. He cannot help her. He cuts through them in waves, building a massive pile. Then he vanishes. The system announces, Lu has reached level 30. He has obtained Shadow Clone, a skill that creates a combat duplicate of himself to fight alongside him. The game has changed again, and now Lu has everything he needs, the technique, the level, the momentum to end this. He activates Shadow Clone. 2 of them now. The child monster above ground cannot process what it is seeing. The numbers are wrong, the angles are wrong, everything it calculated is now invalid. Lu, in his clone attack from positions that should not be possible simultaneously. The child monster's resistance is high, but its attention can only be in 2 places at once. Lu's clone drives the monster toward him. Lu hits from behind with Hunting Deathblade. Full combo, full chain, building momentum through every remaining egg in the cave. Each destroyed egg amplifies the chain. The monster tries to intercept, cannot keep up with both of them. Underground, Luna feels the nightmare beginning to pull her under. She remembers the illusion-breaking potion still in her hand from the first fight. She drinks it. The nightmare shatters. She is back. She is clear. And she is done. Luna hits the copy with everything she has, Starlight Slash and a Crescent Moon, into a full-powered giant sword slash. The copy drops. She pushes herself up from the rubble, bloody but standing, and climbs back to the surface. She arrives just in time to see Lu's combo reach its peak. The final chain redirects every accumulated hit toward the child monster simultaneously. The explosion fills the entire cave with light. When it settles, the creature is gone. Every egg is gone. The cave is quiet for the first time. Lu checks his badge count, checks Luna's. They are both solidly positioned for the top 100. 2 days remain in the competition. And somewhere above them, Mommy is standing at the edge of a cliff where Lu's scent is strongest. She has eliminated every player in her immediate range. She is calculating, focused. The badge competition fades in her mind compared to what actually matters. She senses Fun nearby, sitting atop a defeated monster, feeling something cold creep up his spine. Fun is already moving toward the 500-badge creature his leader identified. His fighting spirit is returning. But the Daybreak Guild is watching everything. Shu, the guild's 15-year veteran leader with 30 championship trophies, has been observing the entire competition from a distance. He has watched Lu's performance, Fun's battle, the cave explosion. He does not act yet. He is patient the way professionals are patient, not hesitant, but waiting for exactly the right moment. Lei, the guild's top assassin, thunder sword in hand, the mask hiding the scar on her face, says nothing. She's always counting, always measuring. The wall around the Iron Wall Kingdom is not just a competition boundary. Something is happening inside the castle. The event's true nature has not been revealed yet. The princess and the dragon are not what Walter described. And the king of Iron Wall, a man who has become aware that his world is a game, who has sacrificed his wife and daughter and advisors for power, who controls gravity and ice and 2 enchanted weapons that move on their own, is preparing something. He wants every player expelled from his world. He knows what they are. He knows where they come from. And he believes, with complete, unshakable conviction, that what he is doing is righteous. Lu does not know any of this yet. What Lu knows, his brother is somewhere inside infernal purgatory. The game he designed is becoming something he does not recognize. A force called Genesis is rewriting rules he wrote himself. The code is alive in ways it was never supposed to be. And somewhere above all of it, an entity called Master Yu watches everything from the top of a hierarchy that Lady Wu herself cannot challenge. Lu does not know that a winged figure has already struck a hole through his chest in a possible future timeline. He does not know that version 2.0 is coming. A merge of the monster world and the player world that will make everything he has experienced so far feel like a warm-up. He only knows that Han went into infernal purgatory and never came back, and that no wall, no bishop, no cave monster, no assassination squad, no game code, no system warning has stopped him yet. On the cliff above the lake, 3 players sit together in the last light of the evening. A girl who fights alone and never used to smile. A brother who just wanted 3 bowls of egg fried rice. And a man who built a world, got trapped inside it, and refuses to stop until he finds the one person who taught him what family actually means. The competition has 2 days left. The king is watching, and the story is just beginning. If this story hit different, drop a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Are you riding with Lu, or are you still processing the bishop scene?